Hey nerds, today Ethan Hunt is back, and so am I, to tackle Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Does this 8th installment stick the landing, or is this mission finally showing signs of wear? Let's find out, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of this intro to my analysis or rating, see the chapter links below. This film clocks in at a hefty 2 hours and 49 minutes, is rated PG-13, and is set to explode into US theaters on May 23rd, 2025. You can catch it in Dolby Atmos, IMAX, and all the usual formats. So, the spoiler-free logline of this movie is: in the sequel to Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Part 1, Ethan Hunt and the IMF team confront a formidable adversary, a sentient AI known as the Entity. The Entity threatens global security by seeking control over nuclear arsenals. To neutralize this threat, Ethan must retrieve a critical component, the rabbit's foot, from a sunken submarine, the Sevastopol. The mission leads the team through perilous challenges, including underwater escapades and high-stakes confrontations, culminating in a showdown that tests their limits. So, once again, at the helm of this movie is director Christopher McQuarrie, who also co-wrote the screenplay with Eric Jenderson. McQuarrie has become synonymous with the recent success and signature style of Mission Impossible franchise, and Tom Cruise himself is also on board as a producer. Of course, the main cast consists of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt. He's still running, still defying gravity. He is known for Top Gun, Jerry Maguire, and of course the Mission Impossible series. Haley Atwell returns as Grace, the former thief, now deeper in the IMF world. She is known for Captain America, The First Avenger, Agent Carter, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Part 1. The indispensable Ving Rhames is back as Luther Stickle. He is known for Pulp Fiction, the Mission Impossible series, and Dawn of the Dead. And Simon Pegg, as the ever-reliable Benji Dunn, is back, known for Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, the Star Trek reboot series, and, of course, the Mission Impossible series. Ase Morales is back as the menacing Gabriel. He is known for La Bamba, NYPD Blue, Ozark, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Palm Clementif returns as Paris, the deadly assassin. She is known for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and 3, Avengers: Infinity War, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. A host of high-level government officials are played by familiar faces, including Angela Bassett as President Erica Sloan, Holt McCallany as Secretary of Defense Sterling Bernstein, and Nick Offerman as General Sidney. Bassett is known for What's Love Got to Do with It, Black Panther, and 911. McCallany is known for Mindhunter, Fight Club, and Wrath of Man. Offerman is known for Parks and Recreation, The Founder, and Devs. And there are some surprise actors playing characters that I won't spoil here. All right, tuck in. I'm going to delve into this movie a little bit deeper, but before I do that, be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the review so far. Alright, let's get into my spoiler-free thoughts. For me, Final Reckoning is a mixed bag. Tom Cruise, while still a movie star, is definitely showing his age. He's got that distinguished Robert Redford look now, but it's definitely clear that he's closer to his actual 60 years of age. The film is beautifully shot with great cinematography that leans into the noir thriller aesthetic, which I appreciate. Action, when it hits, is fantastic. There's one cheap cutaway in the early fight I'll forgive because it seemed like it was done for comedic purposes, but the rest, particularly a major underwater sequence in the second act and a crazy aerial sequence in the third act, are genuinely thrilling and awe-inspiring. It's amazing that Tom Cruise still puts his body through this, given his age and also his wealth. And yes, there are plenty of Tom Cruise running scenes as well. The movie is heavy on exposition, way too much. The first act especially is bogged down by talk and over-reliance on clips from previous films. It gets a bit annoying. Even if long-term fans might appreciate some of the plot tie-ins, the film also doesn't trust its audience's intelligence, with frequent cutaways to remind you of what happened earlier in the same film sometimes, and characters literally reading out plot points that were already clear. There's one moment where something clearly happens, and then a character is handed a piece of paper and reads aloud exactly what we just saw. It's frustrating. The second act does feature a great back and forth fight sequence, edited thrillingly by pairing fights in two locations. It's not the absolute highlight, but it's very effective. And the big underwater sequence I mentioned, truly breathtaking. There's also an implausible bit with a hyperbaric chamber that, technically plausible when I got home and checked, it felt a little weird to me. Between the big action set pieces, the pacing really drags for me. If I rewatch this, it'll be those sequences, not the whole film. There are a lot of people in this movie, and they all serve the plot in addition to the core team. New players get screen time and characters are introduced along the way. It was well plotted in that sense, ensuring everyone has a part to play in bringing the grand plan together. It does highlight teamwork, like some other Mission Impossible films, which is good. It's not just the Ethan Hunt show, he needs his team, but it also means with a runtime of 2 hours and 59 minutes, many of the characters get only superficial highlights beyond Ethan. All in all, if you love this franchise for the action spectaculars, you'll want to see this on an IMAX screen. Those set pieces are undeniably thrilling, especially if this is the last Mission Impossible. However, if you're like me, maybe a bit checked out on the series and only watching because a recent one was good, I don't know if it's worth your time at the multiplex. That said, there's no way to get the same impact from these giant action sequences on your TV at home. So, if action is what you seek, head to the multiplex, but beware, there are better written, more consistently engaging spy thrillers you could rent. So, in my final analysis, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning gets a dinner party rating, or a 7 out of 10 on our scale, and if you're unfamiliar with our scale, it is down below in the description. The action set pieces are phenomenal and worth seeing on the biggest screen possible. However, the excessive exposition, slow pacing in the first act, and the clip show feel really drag it down. It's good enough for discussion with friends, especially about those stunts, but it's not a film I'd rush to rewatch in its entirety. So my final thoughts on Dead Reckoning are that it has its moments of brilliance, particularly in its action, that really live up to the franchise's reputation, but the connective tissue between those moments is often weak and overly talky. It's a film that feels like it wants to be both an epic conclusion and a setup. It sometimes stumbles under that weight. The big stunts are a heck of a way to go out, but the journey there is uneven. So that's my mission debrief for Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Once you see it, I want to hear your thoughts. Will you be accepting this mission in theaters? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please self-destruct this message after liking and sharing. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe and hit the bell icon for more in-depth analysis of film and TV. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.